The Sacramento Regional Solid Waste Authority dated May 11, 2017. And I'll ask the clerk if you'd please call the roll.
Perfect. Good afternoon. Directors Ashby, Carr, Frost,
Here.
Guerra, Kennedy, here. Peters, here. Cerna, Guerra, and you have a quorum. This meeting of the Solid Waste Authority is cablecast live on Metro Cable 14, the local government affairs channel, on Comcast, Consolidated Communications, and AT&T Uverse cable systems. The meeting is closed caption and webcast at www.sacmetrocable.tv. Today's meeting will replay Saturday, May 13th at 4 p.m. on Channel 14. Members of the audience wishing to address the board should fill out a speaker identification form located at the back of chambers and give it to the clerk. Please speak into the microphone when addressing the board and state your name for the record. If you have any electronic devices, please silence them at this time. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Please join me and rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item, please.
Okay. Item number 1 is your general manager's report.
Good afternoon, board members. I'm here on behalf of Doug Sloan, who could not be here today, so I do not have a general manager's report to present.
Okay, great, thank you.
Your next item are your consent items number 2 and 3.
Move consent.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 4 is update on code enforcement coordination and efforts to reduce blight.
Good afternoon. We have prepared a report which you have received, reporting on our first quarter of combined efforts. As you'll recall, we entered into agreements with county code enforcement and city code enforcement last November, so we now have the first quarter's performance. And as the report states, the city and county combined acted on over 100 illegal dumping cases and also issuing 7 illegal dumping citations. But more importantly, or equally important, is the fact that we now have a staff member who is now able to coordinate not only with city and county code enforcement, but there's other groups that are working out there, including the PBIDs. So we have a person who's able to go into the community and do some problem solving and troubleshooting in cases where there are recurring problems.
Comments, questions? Supervisor Peters.
Doug, do you have a map of where all your pickups were, where the most?
I will be happy to produce a map for the next report for both the city and
I think that'd be really helpful.
Yes, yes.
And yeah.
We are also trying to do some targeted, I don't want to call them attacks, but targeted efforts at those problem areas. So we're still in the process of identifying some of them, but because rather than taking a broad strategy, we want to be able to attack certain areas where the problems are recurring.
Okay, and Supervisor Kennedy.
You mentioned PBIDs. Are you proactively going out? Is this person proactively going out and meeting with the PBIDs?
Yeah, we have already made contact with a variety of offices to identify, like asking them, what's your problem area? What are the recurring issues? We're also looking at getting cameras that can be installed in certain areas to be able to monitor better what's going on.
I can probably speak for my colleagues on this one. You should probably call us too, because I bet we all could give you a list of where you should be. All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
We'll follow up on that. Thank you.
Okay, I think that's a receive and file, so next item, please.
Item number 5, update on organic waste diversion regulatory initiatives.
Okay, there is a PowerPoint that should be coming up. And this is a part of a broader report which you will receive in September. But since we're dealing with item 6, which will be the budget report, I wanted to give you a sense of the regulatory landscape as it's evolving. because much of the work that we're doing is going to be accomplished this summer. This ugly table, you might recall, was in the April 2015 report, and it showed the timeline of regulatory initiatives starting in April 2016 and ending in 2025. We are now in the yellow block area, and I'll take the opportunity to walk through some of the main bills, but the bottom right-hand corner, which I'll mention at the end, it requires a statewide goal of 75% diversion of organic waste from the landfill. So we have a lot of work ahead of us, and the ones that I want to highlight, you're very familiar with AB 341, which is mandatory commercial recycling. And as part of that, we identify the reduction in source reduction in recycling materials and also the materials that are composted. So that's been on the books for quite a while. And the recycling database, Recyclist database, is a new product which we started working on last fall, and it allows us to identify how many businesses are in our service area, and there's roughly slightly more than 40,000 businesses, and it's updated every 6 months. And it allows us also for AB 1826 to identify those that are 8 cubic yards of organic waste, 4 cubic yards of organic waste, and 4 cubic yards of trash. So just to give you some numbers, of the 40,000 commercial generators, the phase 1, which is 8 cubic yards, there's roughly 600 businesses identified. The second tier, another 600 businesses identified. And the third tier, roughly 8,000 businesses that are identified. So our work as staff in the next 2 years will be to validate. And this particular year, this summer, we need to validate the first tier, which is the 8 cubic yards, and just to be able to report to Cal Recycle the level of compliance on that. So over the next 3 years, we have to be able to walk through the 8,000 in that data set. If I move into 1524, and this one and the next one has to do, I'm just going to skim through these two. 1594 and 498 has to do with green waste and the fact that it cannot be counted towards the diversion requirements, and that's alternative daily cover that's used at the landfill. But AB 876 is another piece of work that we're working on this summer, and it requires us to identify to Cal Recycle what our 15 years of capacity for organics is, so that we can identify infrastructure needs. At this point in time, as you'll recall, we have 3 certified facilities for putrescible organic materials. There is another one that is in the works, so we are making contacts with the infrastructure, but this report, this information will be part of the September report. And AB 901 is another substantial piece of work for this summer because the jurisdictional requirements, that is the requirement that we report to Cal Recycle on an annual basis on tonnages and diversion, some of that requirement is now being shifted onto haulers and transporters and processors of waste, so they will need to report directly. This is a huge change for our regional players, and as a result, we're carrying out a series of meetings this summer, starting at the end of this month, and we're putting together the folks at Cal Recycle. And as you will recall, in the last few years, we've had these stakeholder meetings. They've been very successful to ensure that we're all singing off the same page. And typically, we'd have about 20 to 25 people participate in these meetings, but now we have a broader net to work with, and so we're estimating more like a pool of 50 participants in our meetings, and eventually it will result in code changes. I don't necessarily assume that will happen today or this year, because 901 is going to be more cemented next year. But in terms of some of the code changes, we have to start asking those questions and educating our stakeholders this year. 1383 is the last one that was on that timeline. and it requires a 50% statewide reduction of organic waste by 2020, 75% by 2025, and also a little bit of an oddity that 20% of edible food currently disposed is recovered for human consumption by 2025. So these are new requirements. And so this is basically the punchline of our activities for the next 8 years, what I call the puzzle with various pieces, because it has to do with reducing greenhouse gas. So our infrastructure, as I've been saying for the last 2 years, is very much in its infancy, but there's going to be a lot of work done in the next 8 years to get us there.
A whole lot of work.
Yes.
All right, any questions or comments? Okay, and I think that was a receive and file, so next item, please.
Okay, item number 6 is adoption of fiscal year 2017-18 proposed budget.
Do we have a presentation?
No, actually, I
Just-
don't. It's just going to be...
Anyone have any questions or comments regarding the budget? Do we have a motion?
Move to adopt.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Motion carries.
Thank you.
And comments from the public, I do not have any speaker sheets, so unless others have any comments or news they want to speak to, this meeting is adjourned. Well done. Thank you.